All right, so my name is Onyeka Akpaida. I'm Igbo. I'm way Igbo. I married an Edo man, so that's why my surname is slightly different. I'm from Anambra State and in Onitsha. And very interesting stories because all the while I grew up, we've never really been, we grew up in Lagos, right? So I'm one of the people that they would say, my papa say I be Igbo, right? I wasn't really exposed, to the culture and the norms. It was only limited to the, to my immediate family. But I remember my mom is not, called Igbo, but she's from Delta, and she used to attend, if you're familiar with age grade meetings and all that for Onitsha. And I used to, tag along with her. And that whole, communal living, that whole collaboration, that whole, people supporting you, maybe when you have a wedding, you have something, you're celebrating something, I just noticed that whole thing about, people always wanting to rally around you. And for me, that was my, my first experience with community and how important community is. Now, today I'm going to be talking about, financial inclusion and women empowerment, and basically, how it translates to everything we are talking about. When someone wants to go in for politics, we have the senator here, you will know one of the core things you will need is money, right? And money is very key, especially in our climate in Nigeria. If you do not have money, you literally do not have any say. Now, what is one of the major reasons, apart from societal norms and culture, what is one of the major reasons why it seems women are challenged in Nigeria? It's because we do not have money. I'm going to be sharing some statistics, right? So as of today, according to a survey by EFINA, you have 21.3 adult Nigerian women, 21.3 million adult Nigerian women that are financially excluded in Nigeria. Now, McKinsey also gave a report that if we have full economic participation of women globally, by 2025, we'll be looking at an additional 28 trillion in annual GDP being added, to the world. And that just tells you that, we are literally teaching ourselves, men and women, when we don't have a lot of, women participation. For me, growing up, I went to school, grew up in a normal middle income family, I'm one of the fortunate ones. But then I came into Abuja by virtue of work, and I started to see a lot of, marginalization, with the northern women. It was a bit different because I grew up in Lagos where literally everybody's a hustler, right? Everybody is active. You see Igbo women, Yoruba women, everybody's doing one thing or the other. And then working in a bank, you see situations where maybe a man dies, the woman has no clue how much is in the man's account. And then while they're trying to sort out legal issues, you see the family look like they're almost tending to serious poverty before, whatever intervention comes. And then it took me back to when I was growing up. My dad lost his job when I was about to go into, I think I was in primary school in 1996. He was retrenched after working for close to 2 decades in a formal institution. And my family would have actually been thrown into serious utter poverty. Maybe they would have shared me with one auntie or one uncle, where you go here, you go there, But my mom had a store, she was selling in the market. So she had a shop and, she used to take loans. I remember she used to, her account was in First Bank then. She would go there, my mom is not complete. She's not, my mom just has senior school living certificate. She's not fully literate. She just stopped in secondary school. She didn't go to university, but she was able to leverage on her, her marketing skills, her trade skills, to able to move the family from what would have been utter poverty to relative stability. And many times when I see marginalized women or I see low-income women here, I always just wonder, like, if something happens to this man now, what's going to happen to these children? What's really going to happen? So it's so important. We can't overemphasize the need for us to have women participating in the economy in one way or the other. It's a problem. It's a global problem. The senator said a lot of things, talking about how we should leverage on what we are known for, which is integrity. Today in our organization, what we do is we give low interest loans to women at the bottom of the pyramid, so very low income women with you can't even call them SMEs, like we call them VSCs, very small enterprises, women that with 50,000, you will see the difference in their businesses, with 100,000, you see the differences in their businesses. And since I started, I have not even recorded any default, because women, because of our nature of integrity, we are actually loyal customers to have. Women are known for loyalty, right? We are loyal customers to have, and then we pay our loans. We are like the best customers you can have. All we just need is for us to be equipped. And that's what I'm coming here to shed more light on why we need a lot of participation, not just by the men here, even by we, the women. Many of us don't even support ourselves. Now there are a lot of challenges that you can see, low literacy levels. I think Professor Bat talked about, women going to school and financial literacy, basically increasing the literacy levels of young women and ultimately young girls and ultimately women. Even we that we went to school, how many of us are actually very intentional about our finances? Many of us just have money, you keep your money in the bank and it ends there. But the world has moved beyond that. Now you have issues of, you're talking of stocks, you're talking of bonds, you're talking of cryptocurrency. There's so much happening in the world. But I don't know if it's a culture thing, but we are just conditioned in a way to be timid, to be afraid. We're not bold like men are, right? I do understand that there are differences with men and women, but we need to come out of our shell. And it is on us to actually start to drive this movement of women being more courageous, women pushing themselves out there, women asking for things. Senator talked about it. Ask for what you want. You need to have your ask. You can't just go there and say, oh, anything they give me, this is what I'm going to take. So I'm drawing the nexus between, financial services, financial and women empowerment, because you can't talk about that and not talk about women participation in governance. Imagine we have a crop of women. How can we make our voices known? How can we have our ask? How can we be bold? How can we be consistent about what we want? We need money to do that. It's not cheap. Politics is not cheap. Senator, please encourage me. Is politics cheap? It's not cheap. We need money. We need money to participate. We need money to put out ads. We need money to drive our advocacy efforts from the local level, from the local government level to the state levels, and then to the federal levels. We need to be strategic as well. We need to be very, very strategic about what we do. We can't just come and say, oh, this is what we want. We don't have a plan. We don't have a framework. We hear things like the African Union has a 2030 agenda. You have sustainable development goals. These are 10-year plans, 5-year plans. So for we women, what 5-year plan do we have? What 10-year plan do we have to say, you know what, in the next 10 years, in the next 5 years, we want to have 30%, we want to have 50% participation of women in governance. We need to have those plans. And part of having those plans is having money. Money really makes everything go round. It's very key. So I'll quickly run through some of the solutions I have highlighted, or I will call them recommendations. Number one, we need to accelerate the literacy of young girls and women. When we have more women going to school, we have more girls being educated, even at secondary level, there'll be opportunities for these people to grow up as literate women. And then we should encourage them to have vast and varying degrees. Let's not just limit it to you're a doctor, you're a lawyer. The world is changing. The future of work has really evolved. We need more women participation in other aspects of education. As mothers, there are opportunities for people. There are opportunities for people to even get scholarship, even for, I think to a very large extent, we're talking to middle class people and the elite here. Let us go back to our communities, where we live, our villages. Let's bring back that communal living. If you see someone that someone has a child whose child is not going to school, the money that we used to even buy our airtime, the money we used to buy our hair, it's enough to even take somebody through secondary school. Let's even leverage on the existing government structures. We can say, oh, the government schools, they're not all that, but at least it's something. It's better than nothing. Let us, at our own level, see how we can rally ourselves together and accelerate the literacy of young girls and women. Number 2, financial inclusion and financial literacy of women is sacrosanct. I've already explained that we have over 21.3 adult Nigerian women that are excluded from financial services. So how do we drive this? Stakeholder engagement. As women groups, let us form groups to say, okay, you know what, in my village or in my city or in my town or in my constituency, let us have cooperatives come together. Every member of this cooperative, you must have an account. Every member of this cooperative, you must have a savings culture. You have people like me to say, okay, you know what, Onyeka, let us come up with a financial inclusion plan, a financial literacy plan. I have access to the governor. They have social investment programs. Come, use your experience. Let us see how we can get social investment programs that are geared towards women and ensure that they are in formal financial services. So that tomorrow, if the government says now, you know what, we want to credit, look at what happened during the COVID-19 crisis, and they were giving cash to people that they said were vulnerable. There was a lot of opportunity for theft. In fact, there were stories of people that would go there just for pictures. They would take pictures, handing them 18,000. And by the time the camera has gone off, they would take 13,000 and give them 5,000. If you were putting that money in someone's account, you wouldn't have those issues. So this even financial services is even one of the core mandates by the government. And with Senator, I think these are bills that should be passed. These are things that should be put even at the local government levels to say, you're coming to ask us for your budget for the year. What is your financial inclusion plan? For people there are people in social registers that have been registered as vulnerable people. They don't even have accounts. How do you even reach out to them? So these things are very key. And then at the community level, there should be periodic financial literacy. Oh, why do you need a savings account? Oh, as a woman that has this business, do you know that you can have access to credit? Do you know that you can go to this bank, they can give you money if you have an account? Those are the things that we need to do. And then when we start it, even at the community level, we'll see that we start to empower people at the bottom of the pyramid. And then you would see that there would be less chances of people to actually use them for political gimmicks and all that. Because at the end of the day, if a woman is financially literate and the woman knows that your 5,000 naira rice is not going to change my destiny, so I'm not going to exchange my destiny or my value for 5,000 naira rice in politics. You'll be able to ask questions. Sir, you want to head us as the Senate? You want to head us at the House of Reps? What is your plan for us? What is your plan for women? What is your plan for women participation? What is your plan for us as women that are traders, as women that are farmers? Because they will only ask these questions because now they have an idea of what they need and what they can ask for. So it's very key for us to, ensure that we have more female financially included women and literate women in Nigeria. Number 3, increase economic participation of women in industries, technology, energy, and ultimately governance. So I talked earlier, let's not just go into, we have women that are doctors, they are lawyers, fantastic things, but there are other things. Production industries. There are a lot of our textile industry is almost as good as, it's not as vibrant. In the West, you have now, they brought back Ankara, Ashoke and all that. In the East, what do we have? What do we have that we can leverage on to say, you know what, we have some women in villages that do some type of fabric. How can we use our purchasing power to actually project these women? How can we build industries around women that create these local fabrics? In Ghana, when you go there, there's something that we know, it's called kente. In the Igbo, we say, oh, we use George. Is George produced in Igbo land? Mbaso. Well, it's not produced there. We go and buy it abroad and bring it here to sell. What do we have that we can create on our own to say we're going to build industries around there? What are the things, what are the staple things that are just, particular to us in the Eastern region? What do we do? What do we own? What is our own that we'll say we want to build industries around there? We want to bring our skills. We want to market it. We'll put these women in groups in their Ebonyi. This is what they are known for. Okay, who is the woman that's championing this cause in Ebonyi? Create them in women groups. Division of labor. You have people that are doing this. You have people that are doing that. You build industries around there. We leverage on e-commerce. That's why we need women in tech. There's a woman that should come up and say, you know what, all I'm doing is I have an e-commerce site where it is only women-owned businesses, women-owned goods that are being produced and are being sold on this site. And then we have our sisters in diaspora. How can we create additional income? We want to earn in dollars. We want money. How can we put these goods on Amazon? How can we put these goods on Alibaba? How can we create? That is what we are talking about. But you won't have it if we don't care enough. If we are the ones, they say the person that is wearing the shoe is the person that knows where the leg is paining the person. So if we are women, we are feeling the pain of being marginalized or being cut off from governance and economic participation, then the onus is on us, is for us to create these things and then start to push them strategically. Number 4, increased investment by women. There are some women that have some money. Let's not wait for the men to give us money. You that you have money, how can you be strategic to empower other women? How can you be strategic to empower other women? If a woman comes to you to say, my sister, this is the business I have. I don't know. I didn't grow up in the East, so I'm not quite sure of how this, our mentorship with men in trade, that you say you have boys and they will serve under you. When they are done, you open shop for them. Do we do that as women? I don't know if we do that. I don't know if we do that. We don't do that as women. Why can't we also, this thing that men have done for decades, that even abroad, they use it as a survey and they use it as, they say this is what we're calling today and say angel investor. That is, it started from us. Angel investment started from us. Value exchange, you work for me. After a period, I will release you, do you freedom, as we call it, and then set up your shop for you. As women, are we doing it? You're a woman that you have sold, you know the tricks of trade, you know how to do food business, you're a caterer. How many caterers have you created under you? How many tailors have you created under you? Those are the things that we need. Those are part of the things we need. We need more women investing in women, not investing by putting it on your WhatsApp status, investing with real money, with real impact, with real cash, and with heart. Because if you're passionate about this thing, you will definitely find a way. There are some women that cannot enter the rooms that we can enter. So if we are fortunate to enter the rooms, we are fortunate. Today now I've seen senators. Senators automatically become my friend. I can send him a message and say, sir, please, I met you at Nkata. Please, sir, I need this from you. This is a platform for us to be able to do value exchange. Before today, the senator will never know me. Thank you for the opportunity, because now he knows me. So senator, I'm on your case. If I want something, I will come and meet you. But there are women that will never see senator, but they will meet me. And I should be able to say, you know what, these are the problems of these women. Let us package it together and see how senator that is a strong feminist can at least use his political will to get us the results that we want. Intergenerational mentoring programs. There is a call for us on this platform of Nkata Iyom to do intergenerational mentoring. You women have gone ahead of us. I'm in my 30s, I'm still young. I'm just starting my journey. You women have gone ahead of us. You need to teach us. You need to tell us. If you have experience, that women have worked in the World Bank, that women have worked in ADB, how can I position myself to go into those rooms you have gone into? There are women here, Auntie Josephine has been a former Minister of Women Affairs. Auntie, all your experience, how can I do it to run my own social enterprise? How can I do it to rally more women around me? It's not time for mentors to be jealous of their mentees. It's not time for, and even we that are the younger ones, we need to respect people. Let us bring back the culture and the value of respect. Today I am on this platform because my mentor put me here. She put me here. She opened the door for me. If not, I won't be here. Yes, I have certain, I'm being recognized, but I don't take it for granted. When people give you opportunities, do not make them regret giving you opportunities. Don't make them regret giving you opportunities. So we need this intergenerational mentoring from top to bottom and bottom to up. Let us say, okay, these people have gone there. Ma, can you teach us this thing? Teach us this thing. Let us also enter the rooms. Okonjo-Iweala, it should not end with Okonjo-Iweala. She has gone far. We should be seeing who Okonjo-Iweala is pulling up. That will be taken off from her. Passing the baton. Those are the things, those are the conversations we need to have. Strategic partnerships and collaborations. This is also a very important point. We cannot do it alone. Let us stop looking, everybody cannot be Moses. Some of us have to be Aarons. We need to partner. Don't say because I am not the one in front, so I cannot partner with you. No, it's not correct. If your passion is actually for women empowerment, Be passionate about it even when nobody knows you. Be passionate about it even when nobody will see you. It's God that sees you. It is seeds that we are sowing. There are people that have died. Today, we're talking of Stella Dadevo, that by her sheer passion and commitment, that's why Ebola did not go far. She could have said, no, hey, let me stay. Anything that wants to happen, let it happen. No, she was selfless. And today, the world is celebrating her. How passionate are we for this thing that we're asking for? How passionate are we for that? If nobody even knows me, if nobody even claps for me, would I be able to feel point a woman? Okay, sorry, the last point. I think my time is going. And then finally, I will say a mindset shift. A mindset shift is what we need. We need to be more courageous.
Okay, Onyeka.
Just quickly round up. You have 30 seconds.
Yes, I'm done. It's okay. Yes, I was talking about mindset shift. So it's time for us to also work on our minds, be more courageous, be very bold about our ask. And I'm sure, leveraging on all the other points that I have shared, we'll be able to get better results than we have gotten in the past. Thank you very much for the opportunity once again. I appreciate it. Thank you.